15 love.
Anything you'd look for from these two to tell who's on their game earliest?
I think it would be easier to see if Diede's on her game a little bit earlier. You see that early unforced error, but she's going to have to try to be the one that dictates play, and we'll get a good gauge off of that. There's an early forehand winner by Diede, and she's going to be the aggressor. I think predominantly throughout the day she's going to be the aggressor. Yui's going to try to kind of defend off that and look to counterpunch. And just a matter of how big Diede's hitting.
She talked about in a pre-match interview just the defensive skills of Kamigi and the challenges that poses, but she's negotiated this matchup a little bit better lately. De Groot's won 5 of their last 6 matches to take that #1 ranking.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to that opponent with that incredible defensive ability. I think Diede's figuring it out.
Just out.
Yes, Kamigi is challenging the call on the right baseline.
Kamiji's going to go to the chase review here right away in the first game of the match.
Yui has the ability to be an offensive player, and I think in order for her to start maybe getting back into this head-to-head matchup with Diede, she's going to have to look for opportunities to be a little bit more aggressive and not just fall back on that playing style that's worked so well for her, because I think in this matchup, Diede's kind of figured that out. Yui's going to have to look to be a little bit more offensive where opportunities present itself. You could see Yui kind of digging for the cross court, expecting that from that wide serve to the backhand. Diede just flicked that down the line for the clean winner, and a 2-point advantage, looking to have a double break point right here.
Kamigi really camped out back there on that baseline.
And that's the kind of exchange that Yui's going to want today. Not these 1, 2, 3-shot rallies. She's going to want those deep, extended rallies that kind of keeps Diede off the attack. That's going to be the playing style that Yui's going to try to implement in her game today. We'll see which one has more success of implementing their game plan on the other player.
Still break point. This is an attackable second serve.
Diede de Groot.
And there's the break.
First game.
So break a serve to open this championship. Diede de Groot, the #1 seed. Now, how big a deal is the break in this match, Paul? Because you've taught me that in wheelchair tennis, sometimes it's easier to break than hold serve.
Well, I think the players know that. I think they know that those happen more often, so it doesn't really freak them out that much if they get broken. They try to break back, knowing that that's a pretty good chance that they'll be able to do that. But nonetheless, I mean, I think more and more of these players are starting to develop serves where they can protect themselves and get a few more holds, and then when they can get their break, that kind of just doubles down. So certainly she wants to solidify that early break by holding here.
De Groot is the reigning Wimbledon champion, defended her title this year. She beat Aniek van Koot in the Wimbledon championship, and a double fault, 15 all.
That's the one area that Diede can have some struggles with and has in the past, is her serve. Can be a little bit inconsistent, get a little bit away from her sometimes. She's mostly reined that in, but we'll see in a big match like this if it can give her a problem.
15-30.
She said she felt a lot of pressure before the Wimbledon final, trying to defend that title, and comes in here not as the defending champion.
Sometimes it's easier to be the chaser.
She's having trouble with her serve.
15-40.
Well, De Groot has gotten one first serve in and did not win that point, and is facing a break point in her first service game.
Yep. Well, we talked about that a little bit. That can be an area where she's susceptible.
Game, Kamigi.
Oh, terrible service game
One
there
game
from
ball
De
for
Groot
set.
to start. So any momentum she gained by breaking serve has just been squelched out. Kamigi didn't really have to do much in that game.
No, 3 double faults in one game. Yeah, that's pretty much a nice little gift there. Yui will take that and move on 1-1 here and try to get her hold now. But yeah, that's not a good early sign for Diede struggling with her serve. If that gets in her head, that's a problem.
Very unusual as well. I don't want anybody to think that's normal. We don't usually see a lot of double faults.
15 love.
Some of those early rallies in that first game, despite the fact that Yui lost that game, kind of disrupting Diede's rhythm. Again, I think that's kind of the game plan. She wants to kind of take the pace away, disrupt the rhythm.
30 love.
De Groot is trying to be, I think, a little more aggressive. She just hasn't found her range yet.
Yui's going to keep the pace moving, keep the tempo moving now that she sees that Diede's struggling a little bit. Get those balls on her racket and let her make those mistakes.
There's the winner. That's what she's been looking for.
Yeah, and that point was constructed with Diede going with a lot of balls down the middle, trying to kind of find her range again, but not really trying to focus on the targeting. She had kind of sprayed a few balls earlier in this game, so you see that longer rally, but the majority of those balls were going down the middle, but she was swinging out on them, kind of trying to find her range until she got a ball she could really handle.
Just too many unforced errors right now from De Groot.
Yeah, not coming off a big serve by Yui. Those are uncharacteristic. Get a lot of long rallies down the middle there. Diede not getting a chance. Yui keeping her back, kind of as I used the terms in the past, keeping her in the green. If Diede's spending a lot of time in the blue today, that's where it's going to be a problem for Yui.
Kamigi's only missed 2 first serves.
Deuce.
There's a great forehand winner by Diede to get this game back to deuce. That's the power that she exhibits there. Got a ball she could handle. Yui way out of position, opens up a lot of court. Diede right on that baseline, drives that ball to a nice target. Easy winner.
Good return.
A
little bit of emotion there from Diede with a little fist pump. Okay, so that's good. She kind of keep herself a little bit more positive after that struggle in that service game of hers. Looking for the break.
She's been trying to do that.
Game de Groot.
And I think this is trouble for Kamigi if de Groot starts to find her game here, because she's a lot more lethal and now is just broken again. So nobody's held serve yet, Paul.
It's not the most crazy thing that happens in wheelchair tennis, and we get into these little rhythmic patterns sometimes of break, 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 and it's amazing when somebody finally holds. We'll see if it could be Diede in this next game.
So this has been a very interesting start to the Women's Wheelchair Singles Championship here at the U.S. Open. The top two seeds sort of doing what they do best here in these first three games.
Left near sideline.
Kamigi with the defensive skills and de Groot with the power. Here's a chase review on this serve. It was called out.
Second serve.
Well, I think with a player who's struggling with their serve, well worth a challenge to say, I need something in, please.
3 double faults in the first game.
It's a bad miss right there.
She's double faulted 4 times, Paul. Do you see anything from the technical side that?
Yeah, I know that she'll tend to decelerate a little bit instead of swinging out. I mean, she's got to trust that swing, and I know her coaches would have been telling her that on most occasions. Right there, you see some good acceleration on that swing. So that's usually the key.
And you can tell that it's impacting every part of her game.
Yeah, she's still been pretty good on the forehands. She's had a number of forehand winners already. 5 forehand winners, 2 backhand winners, so her ground strokes have been pretty solid. This has just been the one area. She gets this dialed in. Another good swing there.
Kamigi hits that
Yeah, it's
heavy topspin rally ball.
Yeah, she does. And that's one of the first offensive opportunities we see Yui kind of try to take a ball and do something with it to kind of finish a point. Kind of pulled that one a little bit wide as she tried that ball down the line.
It's first winner of the match from Kamigi.
There you go. After that last one, she might have felt like she was feeling a little bit. Decided to go for that on that serve right there. Pretty easy. Forehand winner down the line.
Game Kamigi.
So nobody's held serve yet. It is now 2 games apiece.
2 games all. First set.
Yeah, Diede's going to make it easy on Yui to break serve if she continues to sprinkle in those double faults. 3 in the first game, 1 in the second now, up to 2, so she's averaging 2 a game. See that she's a little bit frustrated with that.
Reminder to go to usopen.org. Start ordering your last-minute merchandise.
Can't help but think that these struggling service games are going to continue to affect Diede on the returns and going to give Yui a better chance of holding here. You tend to not be able to let go of those games when you're struggling so much in that area.
Good shot.
15-all.
That's twice now off the backhand side that Diede's gone down the line and Yui's kind of been looking for something cross court. So we'll see if she makes that adjustment.
De Groot's had 3 backhand winners right now, 5 forehand winners. See the side spin on that, but it leaves a wide open court for de Groot.
15.
Yeah, you can see Yui kind of likes to try to get over into that deuce side of the court and really emphasize the amount of left-handed forehands that she can get. Typically she'll camp there, but she left that one way short. Too easy for Diede to come in and pound that one for the winner.
Servers had no advantage to start this match. And another chance to break here for De Groot.
40.
Yeah, and just when she'd gone down the line a couple times, you know, Yui now maybe making that adjustment, and now Diede comes back cross. Now she's got Yui guessing, and that's a good position for Diede to be in on the return game.
Just
40.
missed. De Groot was born with a shorter right leg, started playing wheelchair tennis when she was 7 years old.
Diede de Groot.
And there's the guessing game we talked about.
De Groot leads 3 games to 2, first set.
So here we go. Let's see if someone can hold it. Will be really the equivalent of a break in the traditional sense, because no one has held serve yet. So you'd be up a hold. These two are returning way better than they're serving.
That's a big miss by Diede, so I don't know if she's been getting any coaching on the changeovers for them to calm her down or give her some pointers on what to do with her serve.
You're allowed to get coaching in this sport on your end. You can go over and physically sit in front of your coaches and talk to them. They can signal you on the other end of the court.
Two quick return to serve winners from Yui, as if it wasn't enough of a problem for Diede to be struggling on her serve. Then she finally puts some serves in, and what does Yui do? Crush a couple of winners. And more demoralizing. And there's that great court positioning by Diede, really in control of that point. Never relinquished the positioning on the court. Yui has had no answer for that, and she pushes in easily. That's just too easy for Diede. She'll make that way more than she'll ever miss it.
15-30.
Another big shot by Diede. Get this game evened at 30 all. Get her back on track with this service game. So far, she's been pretty good with the serve itself.
Again, no one has held so far. This would be huge.
Yui guessed right.
She had time to line that up.
Yeah, you know, for everybody who's watching back home, any wheelchair tennis players who are watching or fans of the game, that commitment right there that Yui made on the wheels. Look where she goes, from way across the court, doesn't settle, gets way out there in the alley, good chair skills, creates angle, finishes with the forehand. That's her weapon. That's what she wants to hit to finish a point.
Break point for Kamigi to keep the break streak alive.
Deuce.
Kamiji's won 7 singles titles this year, 8 doubles titles. Beat De Groot last year here at the U.S. Open in this moment, then also earlier this year at the French.
Yeah, at this rate, these girls are going to continue to see each other a lot on the Uniqlo Tour. Again, they've separated themselves, so if they're at a tournament together, the chances are high that they're going to see each other in the final. Get used to this combo.
short.
Advantage to Groot.
And now a chance at a hold of serve.
17-shot rally there. Diede in control of most of it, moving Yui around. Yui staying deep, just not being able to defend that last ball.
Game to Groot.
And there is the hold. So that is a big breakthrough in this match,
4 games to 2 for set.
as that's the first hold of serve we've had. And it puts Diede de Groot up 4-2 here in the opening set.
Finally a little bit of separation. Maybe she'll relax now and roll through this set. We'll see if Yui can answer and get a hold of her own for the first time today. That would be pretty critical, I think. I don't think she wants to allow that separation to continue.
Lot 15.
Got that ball right into her body.
Yeah, she never really let Yui get back and settle into that area that she likes to get back into to defend. She kind of took a couple balls early right off the baseline. Got the balls early onto Yui's racket, forced her into that error.
Lot 30.
Good shot. A little
Hand
bit of
up.
a miss hit.
Yeah, a little bit of a obligatory I'm sorry. Nobody ever means it in tennis when they have those miss-hit winners or let-cord winners, but the kind of tradition of tennis is to apologize for that.
Kamigi has not held serve yet. Love 30. And now love 40. You see the frustration showing now on the Kamigi face.
Great opportunity for Diede to really secure the 5-2 lead here and totally kind of have command of this first set. I don't think she'll get cheated on many of these swings.
Game to Groot.
That's a clean winner to go up 5-2. So de Groot has the momentum at the moment. She's the only player that's held serve. Shingo Kunieda and Alfie Hewitt.
Yeah, I think in a big metropolitan city like New York, where you have a probably Japanese-influenced population, a big player like Yui's going to get some fans in the seats for that to follow the countrywoman.
Naomi Osaka's title last night was the second highest rated U.S. Open final in ESPN history. So the Japanese are having a fantastic tournament and are supporting their athletes, either watching on television or showing up here at the matches. Kamiji's so far back. De Groot hasn't found a way to hit it short to force her in.
Yeah, that's not really her game. I mean, she wants to swing out. She wants to pull Yui out based on some of the ground strokes that she's able to produce off both sides and eventually open up a spot on the court where she can push in and drive a ball for a winner. But Yui makes it tough, gets so many back, and it's tough to hit through when you're that far back in the court.
De Groot
15-30.
fist pump after Kamigi missed that. De Groot serving for the set. Kamigi hasn't held serve this whole set. De Groot's only held once.
That looked close.
30 all.
Diede continues to hit her targets like she did on the ball that Yui responded to there. she's going to be tough to beat today because that's a powerful ball. Even if Yui tracks that down, she's just going to have to loop it back, and eventually she's going to miss.
30 all. She's 2 points from the set. And now set point for De Groot. She kind of moved Kamigi all over the court back there.
Yeah, Yui kind of getting after herself a little bit, knowing that she had a little bit more she could do on that one forehand prior to that unforced backhand error there.
Flat for serve.
First set point. And a winner to claim the opening set for Diede de Groot, 6-2 in a half hour. Second set as players get ready. Diede de Groot, who lost the U.S. Open final last year to Kamigi, a set away from getting some revenge this year. Kamigi.
I think she's on a mission. You know, she's number one in the world, but she doesn't have this title. And so she's looking to secure this one and go on from there. And she looks good after she got over those early service game woes. She's been strong. She's been the stronger player. She's been the one dictating play. She's been hitting clean, both sides. Yui's got to answer.
This is the 20th career meeting between these two.
$15 love.
Ken Kamigi has not held serve in this match. Oh, De Groot had a lot of options there.
And that's going to be something that Yui's going to, sadly, that she's going to have to rely on. And Diede's going to have to give her some errors, certainly in the first set. Diede had a nice ratio of winners to unforced errors with 9 winners and 5 unforced errors. So, correction, she had 14 winners and 11 unforced errors. But that's a pretty good ratio for the player that's dictating play.
It's a good shot right at Kamigi's body.
Deep to the middle. There it is. Yeah, that works very well in the return of serve game. Good target.
Well, a good topspin. That ball exploding off the baseline. And now De Groot has evened things up here, 30 all.
Well, I do see Yui trying to hit a few more balls a little bit more aggressively, trying to force play a little bit. has a good sense that probably she can't sit back and just defend all day here. So it was a good sign to see if she's going to get back in this match by being a little bit more aggressive. Needs to be.
Break point.
Looked like she got stuck between wanting to get back to her comfort area there and knowing that's probably not the answer that she needs to have in response to De Groot so far. Got stuck in between.
Oh, that was an excellent serve. Wow.
First ace of the day comes from Yui, who would certainly be known for her powerful serve, but with great placement.
It's that lefty spin.
Advantage to Groot.
When Diede's been able to drive balls deep that stay down low and forcing Yui into a slice backhand, which is not what she's strong for or known for. She likes to top that thing and just loop it back, but when she's forced into that slice as a defensive shot from way back there, she's been leaving almost every one of those short in the net or short in the court for Diede to come in and attack.
Mr. Groot is challenging the left far sideline. The ball is called out.
De Groot's going to challenge the shot that was called out. See if the Chase review corrects that gentleman's call or whether he was correct.
The linesman looked confident.
And yeah. Call stands. So deuce. Got her.
Yeah, line to line. Great serve up the tee, but even greater response by Diede with the deep backhand return on the line for the winner.
Break point to Groot. Good shot.
Yeah, there's a much more aggressive ball by Yui. I think, again, I'm going to continue to say it. I think she needs to be hitting a few more balls like that that forces Diede into having to track that ball down and respond to it instead of just sitting back there and pretty much having as clean a look at any ball that Yui brings over the net.
It's the 11th point of this game. And handled nicely there by De Groot to get back to break point.
All set up by that heavy driven ball down the middle that tied Yui up. Left her no choice but to fight that ball off. But again, left it very short. Diede had every option available to her. Head down, clean and through.
Game De Groot.
And another winner off the return. So De Groot gets the break. A long opening game here to start the second set, but it was worth the wait for De Groot as she's now up a set and a break right away in the second.
Yeah, I don't know what Yui's going to do on her service games to change this pattern that's gone on so far, but she's going to have to start doing it pretty quick here, or Diede might just roll this U.S. Open Championship up in straight sets, take it back to the Netherlands with her.
Kamigi leads the head-to-head 12-7, but De Groot has won 5 of their last 6 matches.
$15.
You know, you go when you've played a certain player long enough and had enough history with them, particular playing style like Yui might have given Diede some problems as she was a developing player, younger girl. She's still very young, but she's kind of worked through that. She's put the time in to understand what it takes to beat a player that just gets a ton of balls back into the court. Now that she's kind of figured that puzzle out, she's turned the tide on this head-to-head matchup.
$30.
30 love.
Little concern, I would think, over there in the Kamigi camp. So they kind of have a good sense of what's going on in this match. 6-2, 1-0, and pretty much everything going Diede's way right now.
30-15.
Well, as long as De Groot is not making errors, I think it's sort of it's a bad matchup for Kamigi.
Yeah, she's just not putting Diede under enough duress. You know, you got to put these good players under some pressure if you're going to force those errors and get that percentage of unforced errors up. But right now, Yui's not doing anything
40-15.
to stress Diede out. And you can see how Diede's responding with a quick 40-15 lead here in this game.
That was her fastest serve of the match as well, 76 miles an hour.
It just tells me she's loosening up, gaining confidence.
Kamigi way back. Couldn't even see her in the camera shot.
Yeah. Again, I don't think she can make a living back there today against Diede.
Game De Groot.
And the onslaught continues. De Groot just overpowering
Two
Kamigi
games to go. Second
and
set.
consolidates her break now to leave 2 love here in the second.
Yeah, in the middle of that point, there was a big open court that Diede did not choose to take her forehand down the line, knowing that it would be going into Yui's forehand. So she took that one extra ball cross court. Great discipline, tactical discipline. Opened up that court, and then when Kamigi was kind of hanging out on that side, real easy finish for her. Smart playing by Diede right now.
$15 love.
You know, with the struggles that Yui's had on her serve today, I'm looking at some of the statistics, and she's serving for the match at first serve percentage of 86%, which is incredibly high. But it also tells me that she's not putting any pressure on Diede on this first serve, and she's going to have to change that, even if it's at the cost of her first serve percentage.
Yeah, she's only won 4 of 11 first serve points in this set.
$15
And double fault from Kamigi. That's her first double fault.
Yeah, as a coach, I mean, that percentage is great if we're gaining advantages off that percentage, but she's not gaining any advantage off it, so it's not really turning out to be the weapon that it should be on her serve. So I'd say take that percentage down, get a little bit more aggressive with it, and see if you can start producing a little bit more off that first serve.
Oh, big return. 15-30.
Great depth on that ball by Diede. one of the things we haven't talked about, Sam, is just the physical difference between these two young ladies. Yui is not a big young lady. Diede is not big, but she's much bigger and stronger. And you can see that really playing out here. She's just physically working Yui around the court. And Yui doesn't have any answer to that physically right now. And I think that's just the big area in which Diede has been able to separate herself from Yui in these head-to-head matchups of late. She's just physically stronger.
There's another example of it, and de Groot has now raced out to a 3-love lead here in the second set.
And by 1 set to love.
Well, look inside of the new roofed Armstrong Stadium, the site of the women's and men's wheelchair singles championships. I'm Sam Gore along with Paul Walker. Diede de Groot, the number 2 seed, but the number 1 seed, with the reigning runner-up here, up a set and 3-love.
Yeah, everything going Diede's way right now. I mean, she took command after those early breaks of serve from both of them at 2-all, I think, in the first set, and she's just pretty much roared with about 7 straight games here and has really taken command of this match and put Yui in big trouble.
She's won 16 of the 23 points in this set. Oh, that's perfect. Another winner from de Groot. That is her 20th winner of the match.
I mean, she's got so many options right there. Again, she's not under duress. She could pretty much take that ball anywhere she wants. Yui's going to almost be left guessing at each one of those approaches that Dina has there. And that's not a good position to be in, especially with the way Diede strikes the ball.
I think Kamigi was hoping that serve was out. The umpire right away held his hand down, and it's 40-love.
This match is quickly getting out of hand for Yui, and you can see she's got a little bit of a look of concern on her face.
Oh, that's perfect. What a shot by Kamigi to stay in this game. It has to be that good.
Yeah, and that's not something that any player wants to have to make a living off of. That shot's got to be that good. That's going to be tough to repeat. I mean, that's a great shot by Yui. Really phenomenal forehand right there. But if that's the kind of shot it's going to take for her to have to hit repeatedly today, I think she's still going to be in trouble. And Yui would take that and shake her hand if Yui can continue to hit that shot.
40-30.
Well, de Groot letting her off the hook there. Kamiji's having to work so much harder in these points. She's moving a lot more than de Groot. De Groot's pretty much staying in one central area of the court. But she was able to win that point, and it's 40-30. It was 40-love, so 2 points in a row for Kamigi. De Groot needs a good serve here. She's gone as big as 76 miles an hour.
Deuce.
Oh, nice return. That was 76, but it was sent back by Kamigi. She was waiting on it, and it's deuce.
And I think Yui's waited a little too long to kind of start pulling the trigger on some of these shots. She's relied all day on just kind of getting balls back in play, and she's going to have to start hitting more balls like that. She has the abilities. She can go offensive. She just chooses to take that defensive posture, and it works out for her most of the time. But in this matchup, it's not working out well.
Advantage Kamigi.
And a double fault by de Groot. Didn't see that coming, and now all of a sudden, Kamigi has a break point.
Little extra aggression by Yui, might force a few more errors by Diede, and that's exactly what she needs. She needs that combination of producing some winners off her racket, and then by Diede maybe feeling some pressure, start to produce a few more unforced errors and get this match back on track.
Game Kamigi.
2 double faults in a row, and de Groot had several points to go up 4-love, but has just surrendered her serve. And let's see if it is a momentum builder for Kamigi or just a fluke.
Well, she's got to serve now. The good news is she broke. The bad news is she's yet to hold. Now's the time.
Kamigi won this matchup at the French Open earlier this year. I guess a slower court would favor her.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's a grinder. There's no doubt. You see how much she just enjoys. Here you go. Another ball in play, which sets up well on the clay.
Now that's that tough ball. Kamigi can get it out wide in that ad
15
court. De Groot has trouble reaching that.
Again, a little bit more aggression. I'm going to continue to kind of pound on that aspect of Yui's game. If she'll start adding that a little bit more into this match, I think it's going to pay dividends.
Good shot.
Yep.
15-all.
Pulled herself out of that positioning. Yui tried to get that serve into the body, but with Diede's strength, she was able to pull that chair back, create some space, get some good extension on that forehand, inside out, cross court winner, great angle. Even the score 15-all.
De Groot is trying to get to that
30-15.
Kamigi backhand. 30-15.
Little nod from Yui there. Got a little bit better expression on her face right now. Game or so ago, she was looking a little dejected, but now she's got like, hey, I'm kind of back in this thing. Clawing my way back in. The one thing that Diede knows is that Yui will not go away. She will not just pack this match up. She will continue to fight till the end, force Diede to earn it.
Good
30-all.
return, 30-all. Crucial game here for de Groot just to maintain her momentum. She had an excellent opportunity to be up 4-love right now.
Yeah, I think psychologically, if Yui could get that first hold right here at this juncture of this match, that would be big for her.
Break point for De
30,
Groot.
40.
Yeah, Yui backing up on that one, taking that ball on 2 bounces when she'd kind of pulled Diede into a tough position. I think if she would have taken that ball on 1 bounce and maybe kept the pressure on Diede there, might have been a better choice. See her commitment to wanting to get that forehand.
Yeah, she does not want to hit a backhand, Kamigi. If De Groot can get it up high to her backhand
De Groot.
like that. And there's the break. So De Groot restores order in her world.
Leads 4 games to 1, second set. And bye.
Well, you see the drizzle hitting the camera lens as we peer down into the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. That's us behind that red wall here in Armstrong for the Women's Wheelchair Singles Championship. Diede de Groot, the number 1 ranked player in the world, up a set and 4-1 against Yui Kamigi. Top 2 players in the world in this division.
About 15.
He didn't hold back on that one. For confidence sake, I don't think she minds taking a swing like that and missing as close as that was. That still felt pretty good coming off the strings right there.
Sends a message to Kamigi as well.
$15 all.
And that's a gift right back from Kamigi. Just a rally ball. It's only her 4th unforced error of the set, 10th of the match. Just has not had any winners to really offset those like De Groot. De Groot with 23 winners, 18 unforced errors. That was an excellent shot by Kamigi.
15-30.
Right off the baseline.
$15-40.
De Groot losing a little bit of patience there and now in danger of getting broken back.
Yeah, it's an example of what we saw last night in the doubles. Oftentimes, Diede would be the one with the ball on her racket that would be the first to pull the trigger to say, all right, I'm going to end this one way or another. Force the issue. Right there, she had the unforced error to give Kamigi this chance. And there it is.
Kamigi.
Yeah, the double faults have really hurt De Groot. It's kept her from winning this match already.
Leads 4 games to 2, second set.
De Groot's still up 4-2 here in the second, though, and Kamigi has had such a difficult time holding serve.
Boy, this match could swing. Honestly, if Yui can get a hold, this match could really swing. I mean, it's something that Diede's been able to rely on so far that, okay, I can get broken, but so far it hasn't been a problem because Yui can't hold.
15 love.
Going to be gifts like that are going to give Yui this chance here to get into this match.
That's a ripper return there by de Groot.
15 all.
That's how Diede's able to balance the score here oftentimes by taking these aggressive approaches. And so far, she's been more on today than
30,
off.
15.
She backs it up with a little unforced error there. So we've pretty much seen in 3 points, pretty much a swing and a winner, swinger and unforced error, all on Diede's racket.
And there's another winner.
30 all.
And we go from wherever that was it a 27-shot rally to 4 points and 4 swings?
This has got to put a little pressure on Kamigi, though, because she knows that de Groot is attacking.
Well, it's tough when you have to rely on the opponent's unforced errors, and Diede's not producing enough of them, and certainly she's balancing it out with her winners. So it's all coming out in Diede's favor right now mathematically.
So 55-mile-an-hour serve, and de Groot crushed it back.
Game de
And
Groot.
there's a winner as Kamigi guessed the wrong way, and de Groot now will serve for the
leads
U.S.
5 games
Open
to 2,
title.
second set.
She's been broken her last
by
2
1.
service games, though. She must come through to win that title. See if she's learned anything. Diede de Groot serving for the U.S. Open title. It's a nervous-looking first serve there, though. And a winner by Kamigi off the return.
Well, 15.
Last time Yui started off with a little bit of a winner to start a game on serve. Diede went a little squirrely on her serve, but not so far.
Shot. She went for a little too much, and now love 30.
Yeah, I think she would have been wise to stay right in that until she got a forehand that she could really handle, that she tends to rely on a little bit more. Now putting herself in this little deficit here, we'll see if the serve becomes suspect.
About 40.
Well, de Groot's been so successful at breaking Kamigi.
Yeah, that's
she just seems so impatient on her service games.
Game Kamigi.
blocked winner right there.
2 balls, please.
There's a break at love for Kamigi to stay alive, but now
De Groot
the most
leads 5
difficult
games to
thing
3. Second set.
of this day for Yui Kamigi has been holding serve. And she must do it now to stay in the U.S. Open, or de Groot is the champion. I think de Groot would rather be returning the way things have been going on.
Certainly the way things have set up so far, I think she would be very content right now to say, all right, I'll finish this on the return game. No problem. Big pressure on Yui to hold right here.
She seems to have so much more of an advantage on these returns because it's the one time that Kamiji's in a vulnerable position. The last thing you want to do is miss them, though.
This is the side that's been the problem for Yui. It's been on this ad side where normally the lefties have a nice advantage, but she's been guessing almost every time on these returns on this ad side.
Got her.
And there it is. And just
15
another
all.
example. She really doesn't have any sense of where Diede's going. Typically when she's serving out to the backhand here, which is normally a strength for the lefty. But Diede's been having a nice steady diet of down the lines and cross courts to keep Yui guessing the whole time.
Got her. Just kept going back to that same spot. And
15-30.
15-30, a little opening here for De Groot. She's 2 points from the championship.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that Diede has learned over the course of the history of this matchup, is that don't take the bait and go cross court to Yui's forehand. Continue to pound that ball back behind her to the backhand.
And now championship points
15-40.
for Diede de Groot.
Can do it with one swing.
One swing saving a championship point.
30-40.
Yeah, she went right in there to Yui's forehand, which is certainly her strength. Yui teed that one up, hit a target, saved one of them. We'll see if she can fight off this second one.
Game, set, match.
And Diede de Groot has just won the U.S.
6-2,
Open.
6-3.
The #1 player in the world, just too powerful today. Takes out the defending champion. They won the doubles together, and now Diede de Groot is the U.S. Open singles champion. Her first U.S. Open singles title.